Today I'm using a snow flock product for Christmas trees by Seasons Reflections. I picked this up years ago on Amazon. It was a 5-pound box. I've done my tree at home twice. It is like a 7-foot tall tree. I just picked up a free pre-lit 7.5-foot tall tree. If this late in the season you're still looking for a Christmas tree, real trees are going on discount. People are practically giving away these free pre-lit trees because they just chucked it to the curb and went and bought a new one, because just like everything else with Christmas lights, it's gonna stop working. So I had a need for a Christmas tree at this house, and it is an unflocked pre-lit tree with like a third of the lights working or less. It's a real quick, easily assembly. I don't have to go spend $200 or $50 or $100 on a tree. I'm snow flocking it because I'm gonna not add lights. We're not here in the evening much. And if I wanted to add lights later on, I can go buy a couple of strings after the holidays for a cheap clearance price. And I know I've got some. The kids just forgot to grab them this morning. So we're going to decorate the tree, we're gonna flock the tree, and we're getting it all built. So I had a hard time trying to set this tree up, and Murdoch is my guy who pays attention to things. He said he found some very obvious instructions. I couldn't get it to open up. So this is a real easy 3-section tree, and yeah, they call it a quick fold. 3 sections, you pull the string. I couldn't figure out how to get it down, but isn't that beautiful when it's all lit? So for me, that is out of the question. The lady posted this. I was going to be driving by in the next half hour. She said, great, come and get it. It is going to be beautiful, but as you can see, it's beautiful because it's got different textures of branches, and it's almost got like how it is in live, you know, from age or seasonal, whatever. It almost looks like pine cones at a distance, but the different textures of that are really nice. So when you add the snow flocking, it's even more beautiful. Here's our top. We brought a few decorations over. We've got a nice tree skirt to add. Just keeping it simple. I'm gonna snow flock this bough that I have, maybe for the front door. And I've got last year's dollar store stockings and some ornaments. All picked up at the thrift store after Christmas. They were doing prices like this, 5 for $1.09. So it was a good time to get them. So I actually sold my old house last year and needed a small Christmas tree, and I had a little white one. I didn't need that tree this year, so I flocked it and I sold it, and that was a free Christmas tree. So with the flocking on it, I actually sold it for $55, and that pays for any of the ornaments that I bought after Christmas to be able to do this, and then some, because, you know, if you follow my things on YouTube, I buy and sell on Etsy too. Vintage, you know, and old things. So anything that I can't use, I sell there while I'm thrifting, and I keep some for myself and I sell it. So follow that link up at the top over to the Etsy channel, and you can find some neat things there too. We're still shipping in time for Christmas. We're getting things out priority mail as fast as we can. If you're local, I'll meet you and you can pick it up. So the thing with these trees like this that are hinged, it's super easy. You spray it with a water bottle first, and my daughter picked me up this water bottle. It builds up pressure and it keeps spraying so that you don't wear your hand out so much. And you spray the branch, you sprinkle the flock on. You can do it with a sifter to do it light. I'm dumping it on just a handful at a time and sprinkling it as I go. But see, because it's hinged, I can just lift up a branch and spray. So after it has been flocked, it's water activated, and that sets it like glue. And you can see I have a tarp down on the floor. This will scatter and spread. And I would say with the water activation, it doesn't vacuum up great, so throw an old sheet or a drop cloth down. It's worth the time. So this is just the setting stage, and Murdoch's gonna come bring another section of the tree out, and we're gonna set it up on top of this. You can do this with a tree that is even already decorated. My tree at home was looking a little worse for wear after the kids decorated it, so I just went around the edges and flocked it with a fresh layer. Now the nice thing about this snow flocking, I've even seen it on different Amazon sites with colors, pinks and greens and everything. This has ice flakes in it. So every now and then, let's see if I can zero in on one, you see a really iridescent piece, and that's their ice flake. So I brought out another section and put it on so you can see how it looks just kind of without itself flocked. That really gives it a nice Christmassy finish. Like I said, with or without lights, it's gonna look nicer even than a $200 tree. So I actually priced trees last year and a little bit this year, and a tree about half this size, and I realized people have 50% off coupons and different things like that for craft stores like Michael's or Hobby Lobby. But Walmart, Menards, things like that, a tree this size was over $300. And you can real easily add some floral picks in here, ribbons and bows, and get as elaborate as you want. Now I find with flocking the tree, it really helps to kind of do your fluffing before you go. So I'll do the same thing. And my other tree that I actually flocked it upside down in sections first to make sure that it was heavily flocked. You can do this as light or as heavy as you like. So you see it just, if you had another helper, just go like that. So we're gonna spray a section, sprinkle on the flock, spray it with water to set it, and then let it dry. Depending on how much water or flocking you do, it can be half hour to an hour, depending on maybe the temperature of your home. And I don't know about Pet Safe or anything like that. You can check their website. And of course, I'll put a product link for Amazon from the company. I ordered it direct from them. And you probably still get it in time for Christmas. Now, I had forgotten until I started doing this, I'd actually gotten a pencil tree that was a 6-foot tall pencil tree that was also a pre-lit tree for free. These older women, they get into the habit of spending and buying, and I am into thrifting and saving at my age and not adding more stuff. And that tree in this house was so small, and the kids didn't want it at home, so I flocked it, thinking I was going to use it, added 1 string of lights, and I sold that tree. And I think that tree I sold for $75. So I'm in the business this year of selling used Christmas trees, unintentionally. So as large as this tree is, and so 1, 2, 3, 4 trees, plus now this one, I still got enough to easily do another 7-foot tall tree with what I have left. I want to do that swag. I've got a couple wreaths, and it is an excellent cheap way to update your old holiday decor. Don't throw it out. Thrift what you can. Reuse. I have seen some beautiful things done from almost nothing, and this tree is going to be one of those things this year. Just a completely thrifted tree. So now I'm just spraying it to make sure, and I did this as I went along to give it one good last spray, and then we'll just let this dry for a little while and come back and start decorating. So that is snow flocking. If you have questions or comments, leave a message down below. I always answer my questions. Always happy to help. Product reviews and things like that can be sketchy and varying, you know, depending on a person's experience or skill level. And now that I have done this several times, I'll tell you this is just the easiest way and cheapest way to update a tree. That first tree I got was a $3 Home Depot tree after Christmas sales on New Year's Day, and I've gotten many years of use out of that. And now with the snow flocking, it just gives it a refresh every year. So now that I'm doing something small, I can show you the entire process. This is a swag. I don't even remember where it came from, but it's been in storage. And I never used to be much of a fan of the pine cones. And things have changed. I like it a little better. It needs a bow. It needs some decoration. And in my opinion, it needs some snow flocking. So you just sprinkle it on. See, I'm just using my hand, letting it gently fall on. And like I said, you can go as light or as heavy as you like. There's no right or wrong to this. And the thing is, over the years of like crumpling this stuff back up into storage and putting it away, it lightens a little bit. So if you do it too heavy, don't worry about it. You can always just brush a little off or just let it naturally, you know, lighten up a little bit over the years. And who knows, your taste might change too. And probably if you didn't like it at all, you could probably take it outside and power wash it and get rid of it. It is a bit sticky though. I'll show you. It's like kids' Play-Doh, you know, homemade Play-Doh. I can get a little messy. But a little soap and water and it'll come off. So now that piece is done, that easy. And we'll let it dry.